All right, what's up guys? Evan Aldo here. Welcome back to the channel. Wanted to give you guys an update on the markets. ETH is looking really good on the macro right now. Got to show you a good few charts about that. So latest what I've been doing in the Discord, took a Bitcoin long, that was like 3 days ago. That did well, hit first take profit. It was stopped out in profit on our drop down. Our wick out, drop down, and I entered an ETH short. This one won on breakout or on Bybit. Not every exchange it hits first take profit, so it is what it is. Sometimes you get a little bit of a house advantage. But with these risk ratios, I mean, if you're able to win, half the trades with good risk management, that's all you really need to do to be profitable in this market. Obviously, it takes time. But if you guys are interested in some of these trade setups, a lot of really good analysis. We got Nightshade, too, in the chat. Has a lot of really good trade setups. KMAC too, a lot of really good Forex stuff as well. If you guys are interested in that, I got to get back into Forex a little bit. I'm more, especially right now, more in the crypto, view of it. But a lot of people have done really well with Forex, and a lot of people, can make money with Forex, especially using Market Cipher and other, strategies there. So if you guys are interested, check out the link down below for it. So yeah, and let's get right into kind of what I think. I want to start on the macro a little bit, with Bitcoin. And I guess the main thing here, we confirmed the green dot in the monthly. Now you're continuing, forward a little bit more. You may get, a bear div, and it could be months away. I mean, if you do get a January thaw, like it could be January or February that you do see some type of drop down. However, that could be, we come up to, 120K and then we drop down to 80K. Or, funding rates are really high. If you want to be a bear here and you think the daily is going to give us a red dot here and things are going to get more bearish, you could be potentially looking, I mean, that wick up was not, you could be looking at a 30% drop down to 72K. You're going to get that 30% drop down eventually. We just don't know when it'll happen. Will it be at, 126, 130K? We don't know. That's the big question there. But I believe it will happen, within the next 2 months. As of right now, there are some of those bearish things, but your money flow is still good in a larger time frame. So nothing is overly pessimistic. I would say nothing's overly pessimistic at the moment. A green dot right there in the 8-hour. I'm trying to look at some of your shorter time frames. I mean, if you wanted to do a trade right now, you wanted to do some type of trade right now, this situation up to maybe that 105 could work out. Maybe a stop loss below that volume area low right around there. We could even, kind of redraw that, see if that's changed a little bit with recent price action. Not too much, that's still that area right there is still pretty big, 94. I think if you lose that, then you're probably may all the way come back down to all the way 84. But as of right now, I could see a potential, jump breaking out of this range back up to, that 105. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking at. And I think if you could break above that, then you're going up to 110 and so on and so forth. Funding rates are high, especially for ETH right now. I think everybody kind of has the same idea on ETH, that ETH is going to, steal the show. And I think it kind of will. And, let's talk about that. So ultimately, you got your 3-hour potentially jumping up to old all-time highs around that area. Those old all-time highs, which I marked out, 4,800. In your larger time frames, I mean, your 3-week, I think, you came into the right here in September, which kind of marked that nice low right there, and then you jumped all the way back up. Your longer term time frame target for this is going to be maybe 5,800. When would you hit that based on these spider lines? Probably earlier than October. It could be April. Definitely could be April. Could be a good goal into April, May. And if you repeat that same thing of 2021, I kind of don't think you're going to repeat that same exact thing, but that could be a good goal by April of kind of next year. And yeah, and then if we look at some of the lower time frames, money flow is still pretty good in the 3 hours. So nothing looks, bad as of yet. It kind of looks like we can break upward for continuation. Just if you're going long right now, just those funding rates are atrocious. Maybe compare the exchanges. I know generally BYDFI had lower funding rates. I know they're really low, a lot lower they move around, but they're lower for Bitcoin right now and higher for Ethereum. For life, you get 10% off your fees with BYDFI and BloFin right here. It shows it on the BloFin one, 10% cash back on your fees. In addition, on BYDFI, I think you get up to 500 or 1,000 on your first deposit, 10% cash back. And we're doing a trading competition, only by a link down below as well. It ends December 9th. Up to 3,000 is your trading bonus. So if you deposit, I know it's a lot, but if you deposit 30K, you get $3,000 to trade with in futures bonus, and you could withdraw profits from that. If you deposit, just maybe $1,000, you get $100. So it's like that's 10%. So I think it's pretty good. Check out both of these. You can compare funding rates. I'd never put all your eggs in one basket for trading. So maybe have one exchange where one exchange with some on it and another exchange with another, and then try to do arbitrage, see based on funding rates, take the one with the better funding rate, maybe use one account for shorting, one account for more longing. Although, shorting right in this latest environment has not been the best situation. Just while we're at it, mentioning, Fed rates, you got 88% chance of a 25 basis point cut on December 18th. I think that should help out the markets too. And that may mark the end of quantitative tightening, which really may show the start of kind of altcoin season. So ultimately, I don't think I already showed you this potential trade setup. I know Nightshade in the Discord was talking about it. Really good trader. 1.63 risk reward ratio, something like that. I would maybe, I think this is the end of your volume range right there. We want to, let's actually do that quickly here. I just want to see what it is kind of for this general range we've been in. Yeah, so I would do a stop loss probably below this wick. I'd be a little safe with you could have some volatility here, but I think you got a good shot of jumping up to these areas, which would be really, really nice. Unless this is just a big, we are coming into the weekend. This could be a big trap, and we just new can come coming down. But as of right now, it does look like we should be able to continue. Looking at ETH versus Bitcoin, so macro rare bullish signs. This was our big distraction monthly here. A lot of people, including myself, thought that could have been the bottom. It was not the bottom. Even that bull div, it was not the bottom. But sometimes you come down, man. You come down, that's 40% down. That's depressing. I know. 60% total, but sometimes you come down and then those things play out and you come right back up quickly. So I think that's what could be happening here, assuming we confirm this green dot. I think, last time we obviously bottomed out in January 2020, so we're off a schedule in the 4-year cycle. But the second time was December 21 of 2020. We could be a month ahead of schedule here. And I do think if we do come down lower, it's not going to be that much worse. You have the bull div, large bull div on the 2-week. I think things are looking very good for ELXs too on the weekly here for ETH versus Bitcoin. That's looking good. ETH, this is, I shout out to Ben Cowan, who he posted in his premium Telegram group. Don't want to be giving away his sauce, but this was a really good spot. Premium Telegram group. There's a link down below for that. So that's how I'll kind of thank him for finding this. But MicroStrategy versus Ethereum, bull div on the 3-week right here. Wick down. It should be a good. If you have MicroStrategy, converting this into ETH, not financial advice, probably a pretty good idea right now. Because you came down a lot in this bear market. Obviously, MicroStrategy wasn't buying, Bitcoin, but you still pumped up a lot. If you could just pump up a little bit here, it could be cool. It could be good. It's another bull macro sign on ETH. Obviously, unless you think Bitcoin's going to 300, 400, 500K, it's going to be hard to get, 3-4x with Bitcoin. Can you potentially get that with ETH? Maybe. I don't think you're going to go up to like 10K, probably, but you could get 7-8K, maybe a little bit more, maybe even more than that, who knows. But big area for ETH dominance. It could go lower. I think it could go lower, but I kind of believe in ETH. I think that we may have bottomed out here. I think there could be a good shot here just based on the 4-year cycle and all that. Let's just see, when did this bottom out last time? Okay, it was January 2020, but you saw January 21 that wick down, so we could be in some situation. It could be like right here, that November, then one more down. But I think generally you're going to do well. Others versus Bitcoin. For altcoins versus Bitcoin, you have a bull div that confirms in 25 days. A lot could happen in 25 days, obviously. But if you look here, this was the bottom in January. You almost hit that bottom by December 1st there. So I think, you know, this is really the big place to be getting into alts if you could just, you know, give it a few months at least, you know, to really outperform Bitcoin. So yeah, and I mean, we peaked out. Just some people have been out, you know, people are talking about exit strategies. I mean, you know, May was the big top. Obviously, things did come up a bit higher after or after that in 18. The big top for this was a little bit different. So this is a little bit different here. Yeah, this was definitely. Oh no, actually, it wasn't. Okay, in the 4-year cycle, yeah. So early 22. You know, I mean, really late. Yeah, late 21 was the area. So it's really going to be late 25 in the 4-year cycle, I think, would be the real time to get out. The DCA out Friday from October to December of 2025. And I talk about that in my free, you know, crypto DCA course, kind of some exit strategies there, completely free, down below if you guys are interested in that. I swear it's free. But yeah, that's ultimately what I'm looking at there. Solana, you know, just to talk about some of the big powerhouses, trigger wave right there on the daily, that could bring us back up to 265. You could potentially break up to 400, you know, make a true new all-time high. I don't really, if you factor in inflation, this all-time high was probably not a true new all-time high here. But I think go end of year, maybe you could get up to 400 if the stars align. I kind of would guess it would be a little bit longer than that. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Bitcoin dominance quickly here. It's trying to jump up. I mean, there's definitely a case to be made that you could jump up a little bit more, make a higher high, but based on that monthly, if you confirm 25 days, I think we're going to keep coming down here. And even if we do come up a little bit higher, I think it's still a good idea to get into alts right now. Not financial advice, but yeah. Apecoin, I don't know. I have an unhealthy obsession with this one for some stupid reason. Trigger wave right here on the, you know, 4-hour. A lot of your kind of riskier alts do look pretty good, potentially jumping up to $2.50. Cardano, I think inevitably you're going to get up to that $2.20 mark. Hopefully by end of year could be a good goal. If not end of year, sometime in Q1 of next year, I think. Where could this peak out in the cycle? Probably, you got a good goal at high fours. I would say on the high end, maybe $8. Between high fours to $8, $4 to $8, I think is going to be your range for this, where this will peak out. Chainlink, a lot of people like Chainlink for good reason. Inevitably, you're going to get up to 28 bucks. Maybe end of year goal could be 34. It still looks good in these macro. Still looks really good in these macro. I mean, the question too, I mean, I talked about how good ETH looks right now, but the other question is, you know, a lot of these alts have bled, you know, how much risk do you want to take? A lot of these alts have bled against ETH. I mean, this might be able to outperform ETH significantly, you know, by a couple 100%, maybe even make a new high here. I don't know, but probably at least getting up to this point, outperforming it by 50 to 100%. So, you know, let's just look back, you know, if ETH can get, from where we are right now, let's say it can get a 2x, let's say. Is it probably assuming Bitcoin only gets up to 150 or 160K, less than about half of that. So Bitcoin outperforms ETH outperforms Bitcoin by about 100%. Let's say Chainlink outperforms ETH by 100%. So if ETH gets 100%, this would probably get 200%. So making a new all-time high, 80 bucks could be a good goal for this. 80 bucks could be a good goal, about a 3x. 3 to 4x maybe even higher, maybe 100, I don't know. But I think that could be a good goal for Chainlink here. So yeah, ultimately, that's what I'm looking at. I hope I helped you guys out with some of these trade setups here. Again, if you guys are interested in trading some, you know, I know these promos aren't going to last forever. We didn't see these promos during the bear market. 10% cash back with my link for life on BYDFI and BloFin. I mean, I don't know if I trust for life. It seems too good to be true, but it's going to be at least for the next year. At least for the next year until the bull run ends. And then the 3K futures bonus on BloFin ends December 9th, 10% back. I don't see those too often, so check it out. I don't know how long they'll do that for. Same thing with BYDFI. I think that it's capped at $500 or $1,000. But if you're depositing a smaller amount, BYDFI could be better for that. And we're doing a trading competition as well. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Special like button. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.